YouTube, welcome to my channel. My name is Stephanie and this is Luna Phoenix Tarot. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to subscribe. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your support. I wouldn't be doing this if it weren't for you guys. I gotta breathe for a minute. I've been doing readings all day. Today, I want to do a twin flame reading. I've really been wanting to dig into the twin flame energy for a while now, but I've been exhausted, honestly. I've been going through my own evolution, so finding the energy to really dig into the energy has been quite difficult. But I've been getting messages, like if you guys have seen the other video, the 717 Follow the Masculine video, that's more of a twin flame centered reading. However, I am beginning to feel like this is such a collective energy, and you don't necessarily have to be on a twin flame path. The twin flame path to me just seems to be a faster way of enlightenment and ascension than other ways, because you seem to be more triggered in the twin flame connection, and you seem to be mirrored more and more closely. We're mirrored by everything. We see ourselves in our children, we see ourselves in our friends, but in the twin flame connection, this is somebody that you have a deep love and connection with, so the triggers are a little more heavy, which is why I think it is a faster ascension process, because you go in a lot faster and a lot more frequently. Yeah, anyway. Okay, so I normally, I teeter-totter when I do a pre-shuffle before I turn the camera on, because I like for you guys to see what's coming out. Sometimes seeing is believing, but I blew my own mind with this one because I'm using a new deck that I just got, and I've been testing it out today, and I did a pre-shuffle and I pulled a card for the overall energy for the feminine and an overall energy for the masculine. And what came out for the feminine, first of all, I don't know if you guys can see it. Where is it on here? It's in black, but maybe you can see it. Let me see if it'll focus. It's the number 17, which is like directly related to me personally on my path, but it's also a lot of the reason why I just did the video I did about the fall of the masculine. So I took that as a confirmation. I don't even know what this card means yet. It says the fates. So we'll see what it means in a second. Also, what came out was Yang for the masculine. And this is the first card. So literally backwards, it's 171. And what I was talking about in the video was 717. So I'm getting chills. Like, anyway, I've already seen the Yin card in this deck. Excuse me, I'm fighting a cold. And the Yin card is very feminine. It's a feminine card. So I already know this is a masculine card. So let's get into this, because yeah. Okay. Like I said, this is a new deck. It's the Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reed. I have no idea what these cards mean. Most of the time I go off of my intuition anyway. But you know, oracle cards seem to have significant meanings to them. So the fates, 17. This is the overall energy for the divine feminine right now. Fate, karma, acceptance that there are things you cannot change, and knowing what those things are. This is surrender and acceptance. The serenity prayer sums up the meaning of this card. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. There are things in your life you will never have control over. The conditions brought on by the evolution of the collective, by nature, and by your past experiences may be fated, preordained by spirit for a greater purpose you cannot understand in this lifetime. Other people are who they are. You can't change them. The challenge is to accept them as they are and not to try to make them otherwise to suit you. This is a time to look at how you attempt to mold people to fit your view of how they should be so you can remain in the relationship and avoid discomfort. What if who they are and whatever is happening between you and them in this situation is perfect from the perspective of spirit? Now is the time to accept what you cannot change, even if it means that you honor yourself, spirit, and the other person by moving on. Love unconditionally for each of us is on our own journey, and we cannot direct that of another. Be aware that this relationship is indeed fated, and that you are meant to evolve into a better version of yourself as a result of it. Y'all, I swear I wish you guys could have seen me shuffle this card and it come out, because that's exactly what I was just talking about. It's exactly what I've been going through in my own personal journey, and I know it's a collective thing. I said it in the video. This is more than me, and it's in direct relation to spirit, God, the universe, whatever you call it. Oh man, this you cannot control your person, and loving unconditionally does not mean you have to stop loving yourself. Or, y'all, I want to cry right now. And this is why I haven't wanted to tap into this energy, because it's still heavy for me. But oh shit, you can't fully love somebody if you don't love yourself. And you can't, I just had this discussion with my masculine last night. When we are in separation, again, for about a month now. And it's been a different journey this time than normal. It's been a different separation than normal. I've been seeing things very clearly. I can't speak for him. But I've come into this place of acceptance that it is what it is, and this is the time we have to walk alone in our path. And there are still things that we have to learn. At any rate, what we were discussing was boundaries. And just to be completely transparent with you guys, I have had a hard time my whole life setting boundaries for myself. If you're an empath, or even, I feel like a lot of feminines are like this, but if you're an empath, you would understand that it's difficult to set boundaries, because you don't want to hurt people's feelings. You don't want to be the reason somebody's upset at you. You don't want to make people upset. But what are you sacrificing by not setting boundaries and sticking to them? Is your self-worth, your love for yourself. You're teaching people that they really don't respect yourself at some level, because you're not willing to stand up for yourself and say, look, I don't appreciate this. This may be how you are as a person, but it doesn't work for me. Some of it's out of fear of losing that person, because you're probably going to lose them when you set these boundaries, especially if they're not in line with how this person may be in a certain way. It doesn't make them any less of a person. It doesn't make you any more or less of a person. It's a different vibration. And so the place that I've come to, and I feel like a lot of the collective has come to, is this acceptance that we are just on different paths right now, and it is what it is. And when you let that fear go of losing this person and remember that you are connected at a higher level, there's a peace that comes along with it. When you finally set these boundaries and say, you know what, I can't accept this. It doesn't work for me. I have to put myself first. I have to love myself. It doesn't mean I love you any less. I just have to love myself more than I love you. It's like a weight is lifted off of your shoulders. I could literally feel the weight be lifted. And I went through a deep, deep darkness before this weight lifted. I talked about it in the last video. I really don't want to talk about it again. But at any rate, the feminine, what I feel like you guys are going through right now is a divine acceptance that while this relationship is faded, it's not time. It's not time. you have to learn yourself a little more before you can move into union. And I don't think everybody's going to move into union. Just because that person is your person doesn't mean you're going to be together. That's a hard truth you have to accept. It's one I accepted before we got back together, and it's one that I accepted again when we separated again. But I'm okay with it. It is what it is. At the end of the day, I have to love myself more than anybody else. So I don't care who it is, what it is, or why. If it's not serving me, it has to go. Because I've seen the depths of hell. I have seen darkness, and I don't want to live there. So whatever's bringing me darkness or putting darkness around me, I don't want to be a part of it. And that goes into saying darkness is not necessarily a bad thing. It's just that other aspect of yourself. I have a tendency to be controlling. I'm a Scorpio. I'm like triple Scorpio. And we're controlling, not in a way of like trying to trap somebody, but we like to have things in a certain order to feel safe. And when we don't feel safe, we lash out. When we feel betrayed, we lash out, and it's not in a healthy way. And I see that in myself. I see myself getting really nasty when I feel betrayed or when I feel disrespected. And that's something I have to work on because only I can control that part of myself, and that is what I would call the darkness that is in me. I feel like there's more shadow work to be done for the feminine. A lot of the work has been done collectively. But I feel like a lot of, I don't think I'm the only one who attempted a reunion with who I consider to be my twin. I feel like a lot of us did, but it wasn't time. However, in saying that, I don't feel like it was a wrong move. I think by attempting to reunite with this person, it taught the lessons at a deeper level. In an awakening, you're not just going to suddenly know everything. It's a constant thing. I mean, we're always growing. Anybody who thinks that they've grown to the maximum capacity is full of shit. We're always growing and learning. And I personally feel like, and at least in my situation, we were brought back together to teach each other more lessons. Anyway, I'm going to move on to the energy of the masculine that I have here, this yang energy, which is a confirmation, again, of yin and yang, dark and light, duality, feminine and masculine, sun and moon, like fire and water. It's... I probably don't even have to pull any more cards because this is so deliberate. Masculine. The masculine principle of movement and creative activity. The power to make things happen, taking action. Yang represents the power of action, the energies that propel the world forward and manifesting thought and desire into concrete form. Now is the perfect time to act, for you can easily build momentum and make headway. What you want will come to fruition if you proceed confidently. This card signifies new life and is a sure sign that obstacles have been overcome. There is no reason to hesitate. You are the shaper of your destiny now. Circumstances are supporting action on your part. It's okay to make the first move. Trust that you will quickly know where you stand. In matters of the heart, there is movement toward your highest good, so go forth with assurance. Passion is in the air, and now is the time to dance to the tune of love. Take the lead. So what this is telling me... Hi, baby girl.
Mommy, what copy?
I was trying to do this while they were sleeping. 1 second. I'm going to pause it. If I have to pause it again, I'm sorry, guys. My kids are awake now, and my son is throwing a fit laying on the floor. He's in his masculine feminine right now. I'm just playing. He's so dramatic. He's a Scorpio too. Anyway, what I'm getting from this is that the universe is pushing the masculine to act, and I see it. The masculines, and I have felt this, I've seen this, it came out in a few readings a few months ago. The masculines have been moving into a more feminine energy, more moon energy. They've been going through a dark night of the soul. It's been very difficult to watch. If you've been on this journey as long as I have, the feminines went through theirs by themselves. If your masculine was around during your dark night of the soul, then that's an off case. The masculines, some of them are going through it without their feminine present. I've been watching my masculine go through the dark night of the soul, and it's very difficult to watch, so I'd almost rather not be there. However, what I'm feeling and saying with this card is that the universe is pushing them to move. And that may be why a tower moment came in and knocked everything down and you guys separated. If you weren't in a reunion with your masculine, then they had some kind of tower moment come in and make them move. Now, one thing I do want to mention, because this has always been a fear of mine, it's something that I had to be honest with myself about. I can't, it's hard for me to understand that he may love somebody else, or he may be with somebody else. And part of that is because what we've been through. I've seen him with other people. I've experienced him loving other people, and it's brought an immense amount of pain to me, which is a boundary that I had to set. I don't want to know. I don't care. I care, but I don't want to care, So they may be moving into another relationship, and it's something, it's part of that fated energy. It could be a karmic that they learn lessons from, or it could be a soulmate that they're with for a long time. But what does that have to do with you? And that is a hard truth I had to sit with myself about. If it's not hurting me or directly affecting me, then why do I care? If I'm in a better place by myself, working on myself, why do I care? It's okay for me to go out and meet somebody. And I might meet a soulmate that I'm with for a long time. So it's... Feminines, you have to come out of this... this fear energy and this waiting, even if it's at a subconscious level. I've gone periods of time through separations with him without seeing anybody because I subconsciously was waiting on him. And meanwhile, he's living life. So I this time I'm not. It's different. And if you have not gotten to this place, I'll give you some pointers on how to get to this place, because it's beautiful and it's where I feel like you need to be as a feminine. I went through some really dark shit for a few days, and then I stopped feeling for a little while, and then I came into this acceptance, and I have sad thoughts sometimes, but I let them pass. I feel them and I let them pass, and I look at all my blessings that I have. One is right here getting into my stuff. Life is so much more than another person, and I have to live my life with myself for the rest of my life. I have children who need me, and what good am I if I'm depressed over somebody else all the time? I'm no good to my kids. So, anyway, the universe has moved in to make the masculine move. However he moves, if it's in his greatest and highest good, that's all that matters. If he's moving into another relationship, that's either to teach him lessons, or one that's there to make him happy, that's for his greatest and highest good. What I am getting from this is that they're choosing to go the enlightened path. Some may not. everybody's not going to wake up. And I just want to put that out there. Everybody's not going to wake up. Some masculines won't. And that's something you have to accept too. And that's why I feel like everybody's not going to be in union with their masculine. Not in this lifetime, because they do have free will to choose to keep continuing the same shit over and over. Just like you can continue to do the same shit over and over. We all have free will. So that's why it's never okay to put your life on hold for somebody else. So that's where I got to. And I'm just focused on me at this point. And that's where the feminine needs to be. And just, if it helps to hold that space in your subconscious, that this is your person and or whatever, hold that in your subconscious, but don't live life by that. And masculine, if you're watching, I doubt it. A lot of masculines don't really watch. But hey, some do. I don't know. The universe is forcing you to move because it's time to make different choices. We're moving into 2020. We're moving into a new era. We're moving into a new higher consciousness. So you can either get on the train and keep going, or you can keep continuing the same cycle over and over again. We are closing out a 7-year cycle. I said it in my last video, and I see it. I can see the repeated patterns in my own journey. If you're watching this video and you're a masculine, then you should be able to resonate with some of this at least. And if you've been repeating the same patterns over and over again, the universe is putting you in a position to either make a different choice and go a separate path, or keep doing the same thing you were doing. And honestly, I feel like this is an energy the masculine's been in all year. And I think that's part of the reason, excuse me, some of us came back into union. They needed to be shown that they're making the same decisions with or without their feminine. It's time to drop the excuses and move into some action. And that, I mean, that's the hard truth for the masculine. You have to, at some point, come out of the energy of the wallowing and the self-loathing, just like the feminine did. And you have to pull up your bootstraps, pull up your big boy panties, and get it going. And by masculine is energy. It could be a female or a male. But what? Sorry, I'm really relaxed in this video because I just want to be relaxed. This energy's heavy, and I'm not going to be formal. My son's right here, so sue me. But I do want to pull some more cards. I hope I'm like tapping into everything that I want to say about this, because I've been seeing it, I've been feeling it, I've been getting messages about it. We're going through a collective shift right now, and if you're not moving in the right direction, it's like dragging your own self behind a car that you're also driving. I don't know why anybody would want to do that. Ascension is difficult. Choosing enlightenment is difficult, but what's more difficult? Going through it, dealing with it, and transmuting that energy, or continuing to go through the same thing over and over? Keep starting over, keep dealing with the same type of people, keep having the same scenarios happen. What's more difficult? I am the type of person, I'd rather deal with the pain, keep it pushing. What lessons did I learn? How can I apply those? I don't want to keep doing the same thing over and over. I can't. It's tiring. So that's basically where we're at as a collective. And it's happening fast. It's happening hard because we're out of time. Anyway, I'm going to pull some cards because I don't want to drag this out. I've been talking, running my mouth for 20 minutes. I may have to pause for a second and get my son. What are you doing, brother? Those who have been rocking with me since I started my channel, my son is 1 now. He was like 3 months old when I started my channel. It's crazy. He's walking. Hey. Hey, brother. Hey. He's trying to talk. Hey, brother. Okay. What's coming in for the Divine Feminine? coming in for the Divine Feminine? I'm just going to focus on the feminine right now. What's coming in? The Fool. Taking a leap of faith. 100%. 100%. Letting that fear of flying go. And guess what? You fly by yourself. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I will never push somebody to separate from somebody, but if it's to your detriment of being in a relationship or a connection, I don't care who it is, then absolutely separate. What else is coming in for the Divine Feminine? What should the feminine look out for towards the end of this year? What should the feminine be looking out for? Nothing? Okay. 2 cards came out in reverse, and I'm just going to show you guys my cards are not in reverse. We got the 3 of Cups in reverse. And we also, what is this, the 4 of Swords? I'm still learning this deck. We have the 4 of Swords in reverse. What this is telling me is to get out of your head and let this fear go. The 3 of Cups represents celebration, getting back with your friends, reconnecting with people and celebrating some kind of success, a new job, getting over heartbreak, starting your new business, finishing school. Or just damn celebrating because you're a mom and you need a night to celebrate. The 4 of Swords is a card about taking a rest, meditation, kind of filling out your thoughts. Lots of meditation. But they're in reverse. So this is telling me it's something that you're not feeling or doing, and this is what you need to look out for. So what you need to look out for is not taking that leap of faith, not stepping out on your own and enjoying life as it is, and staying out of an energy of lack and mourning of something. You have to move forward. Universe is going to come in and bring you a tower too if you're not living by the way you're supposed to be. I'm just saying. What's in the feminine's headspace? What's in the feminine's headspace? Hanged Man. This represents an awakening. This represents going within. Transmuting the dark into the light. Go with them, but don't stay there. Like I said. I had a moment of, quite a few moments of, like, really deep darkness. But I didn't stay there. I took what I could from it. I learned from it. I'm still learning from it. I'm not an ascended master here. I'm still learning and I'm applying these lessons to my life. And I am letting fear go. I don't, like I said in my last video, I don't like to be on camera. I don't like to be seen, but I feel the need to do it. People who know me would think otherwise because I'm crazy, I'm goofy, I'm outgoing, but I don't like attention. That's a fear that I have to overcome. You can't live your life surrounded by fear, and that's something I've learned the hard way. What's in the feminine's heart space? What's in the feminine's heart space? This is the one standing out to me. This is the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is waiting for your ships to come in. This is so I look at it differently sometimes. So, and by the way, we have 3 threes here, so I do want to mention this while I'm thinking about it. I see synchronicities all the time, but they change. The one that's been consistent is 717. However, I have been seeing 222 and 333 constantly for the past few weeks. I'm sure it's a collective thing. I'm 99% sure. So I just had to say that if you're seeing those numbers, then you're on this same wavelength that I'm on. The Three of Wands is waiting for what you've put out there to come back to you. It's not to say that you shouldn't go out and put forth effort into other things, but I feel like this is a time for you to celebrate because you've done the work. You have, if you're on the same wavelength with, I'm pretty sure if you're watching this video, we're on the same part of this journey. You've been working constantly, and it's been hard to, there's pockets of joy here and there. There's been pockets of celebration, but there's been a lot of work going into you, going into connections, going into life, work, whatever, businesses. It's a time to celebrate, and it's a time to reap your rewards and not feel guilty for reaping them. Don't feel guilty for charging what you're worth. Even if you have to go up on your prices, and that sounds really bad, but I'm talking about a business. If you, whatever it is, if you do readings, if you do tattoos, if you do massages, if you do artwork, sell crystals, jewelry, if you feel the need to raise your cost because your value has gone up, 100% do it. You may lose people, but the right people will come to you. The universe will provide. This is also going to be bringing in new connections for you. It could be in love. It could be somebody who's matching your vibration on a romantic level coming in. And I'm just looking down, and my time is 33 minutes and 6 seconds. Sorry, that was really gross. 1 second. Okay. Sorry. Like I said, I'm fighting a cold. That was really gross. Anyway. And now I've lost my train of thought because I'm disgusting. So somebody that's on your vibrational level, on a romantic level, may be coming in. You may also be getting new job offers, new business opportunities. You may be getting more clientele. These are rewards for what you've put in. So accept and be grateful. This is what you've manifested. Any other messages for the Divine Feminine? The World just came out, literally. I mean, it's your season, Feminine. It really is. I feel it in the core of my body, even going through darkness. That's part of how I pulled myself out, was I know that it's not in vain, because I've been moving where Spirit is asking me to move, and where I'm being shown to move, even if it's painful. And if you've been doing that, then this is your season and your time to reap your rewards. Any other messages for the Divine Feminine? Strength at the bottom. This card just came out in a reading I did, and I think it's beautiful. It is, I'm still getting used to this deck. I just got it. I believe it's the Nine of Wands. Yeah, Nine of Wands. But the way I see it as you here, right? This First of all, chakras, and I guess I'm matching. Oh, excuse me, I'm so sorry. Get your chakras aligned. That helps with being in a stable, grounded energy. But I'm taking this as a direct line to spirit. Spirit is coming through. They're connecting with you. You're connecting with spirit. The veil is very thin right now. You're getting messages directly, and you need to pay attention to them. Write them down. Make a video. I literally have been feeling the need to make videos just for my own recognition, I guess is the word I'm looking for here. Listen to what Spirit is telling you. Now, also, the Nine of Wands is a card of being a wounded warrior. This is a card of somebody who's fought really hard to be where they are, but they still got a little fight left. And I feel like that's significant here because, like I just said, the feminine has fought hard to be where you are. And there's still a little bit of fight left, but it's okay to be in a joyous place right now. Okay, this is coming as a warning to me. It's the Five of Pentacles. It is mourning the loss of something, feeling left out in the cold, feeling lack mindset. This is a warning to not be in that energy and to remember that you still have some fight left. Don't give up, because that darkness is dark. I can say it from firsthand experience. It's very dark, and it'll make you question life itself. I thought the universe was playing a cruel joke on me. I literally did. But there's light here. And the strength card of being at the bottom is not a coincidence. You have the strength to make that last wand, to have that new beginning. And we also have the Two of Pentacles here, which is the butterfly. The Two of Pentacles traditionally is a card about imbalance and learning how to balance out. If you're juggling either somebody or you're juggling energy, that paired up with this butterfly is telling me that you're learning how to not juggle and to just do what's right for you. It's more of this Three of Wands energy of waiting for your ships to come in because you know they're coming. And you're done juggling. Like, it's such I'm feeling such a peaceful, serene energy. Maybe that's why I'm so chill right now. I don't smoke weed, so I don't know why I'm so chill right now. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to leave that with you guys for the feminines. I'm not going to pull advice, because the advice is to go out and live life. And don't sit here and wait on a masculine, or anybody for that matter. Go do you. And don't have these consistent thoughts of, what if the masculine just did this? What if I just did this? Think positive thoughts. Anytime you have something negative come in, replace it with something positive and keep it damn pushing. Alright, so that's it for the feminines. I feel like I'm losing my voice, you guys. I'm so sorry. And now I'm going to move into the masculine. Where are we at? 38. Oh my god, I talk a lot. I'm sorry. Alright, so I'm going to timestamp it that we're at 38. Alright. Yang. I already went over the overall energy, so let's see what's coming in now for the masculine. Hey, boy, what are you doing? He's so busy. Hold on one second. Okay. What's coming in for the divine masculine? It's too many. What's coming in for the divine masculine? That one wanted to jump out. What's coming in for the divine masculine? Oh, Jesus. Okay. Jesus. I will leave this at 10 of Wands. The Tower came out, but it came out in reverse. Excuse me. The Hermit. I'm getting two different messages here. Chase masculine. Okay, y'all. Spirit is like guiding today because sorry, I think somebody's outside, but it's my neighbor. Anyway, we have the Hermit, which is going within, feeling things, kind of figuring things out. We also have the Tower in reverse. This could mean the Tower's already happened, or it could be about to happen, and maybe now you're rebuilding. It could also mean the Tower. I don't normally do reversals, but sometimes I will. And that's what I mean. I'm getting two different energies. Either the Tower has already happened, and now you're having to, you know, go within. And this actually came out sideways. So some of you, masculines, have already been in this Hermit energy, and now it's kind of like you're rebuilding after this Tower. Some of you, the Tower has not happened yet, and you will be forced to go into this Hermit energy. What, Mama?
Weapons.
Okay, go get it. Come here. Come here. All right, go get it. I may have to pause you guys. Yes, hold on one second. Sorry, guys, I'm going to have to speed this up because they're going to be needing my attention in a minute. We also got the Ten of Wands, and it's funny because Feminine got the Nine of Wands. So, this card has multiple meanings to me. It can mean you feel betrayed. Some of you do feel betrayed by your feminine. You feel like they forgot about you, like they abandoned you, like they gave up on you. And that's...
Mommy.
It probably does seem like that, but... What? Hold on one second. Sorry. Okay. The betrayal. So it may look like your feminine betrayed you and gave up on you. That's a fear within you that you have to address. Because, and I'm speaking for me, but I'm sure it's a collective thing because I love my person more than a lot of times I loved myself. So it's never my intention to abandon or give up on. But when you learn to set your boundaries and love yourself more and come to the place where if this person can't match, then you have to go. It can come off as abandonment or giving up on. There's only so much you can do. So if you're feeling that way, masculine, that's something that you have to go within into this hermit and fill out. Also, the Ten of Wands is also telling me you're at the end of a cycle. It's the end of the darkness. I'm so sorry. It's like a dry cough, and I know I'm losing my voice. Anyway. What's in the masculine? Bruh. The sun is here. I just said you're coming out of the darkness. You're at the end. But what also came out? Temperance. This is a card about balancing out energy. It's a card about... it's a beautiful card. It's the universe coming in to even everything out. And this paired with the Tower in reverse like it came out, it's beautiful. Things are going to be rebuilt the way that they're supposed to be. It came out sideways though, so again, masculine. You can go one way or the other. And I'm not going to rehash that, but that's what the message is. And death came out. This is a card of transformation. This is a metaphorical death. This is a death to the old you, the old thought patterns, the old behaviors, and moving into more light energy. You're in the darkness right now, masculine. I feel it. I see it. It's all, every card here except for temperance is dark. Jeez, I'm so sorry. But you're moving into a light energy. You have, you're being transformed. What's in the masculine's heart space? Page of Cups. What's in the masculine's heart space? That tells me you're not ready emotionally to be involved with anybody. It's kind of an immature energy. It could also mean, and this is for another group of you, we have 2 pages here. Either this is like literally a fresh new beginning and you're starting off like a child. Not like a child, you know what I mean. Page of Pentacles and Page of Cups is their babies. Emotionally and energetically, financially. Excuse me. This coming in after the 10 of Wands and after the Death card is telling me, excuse me, you guys, is telling me that some of you are literally starting over from the ground up. It's telling me for another group of you, this other group, and this is, I'm getting 2 groups. The other group is you're not ready. You still have work to do, so don't put yourself in a situation where you're going to end up hurting somebody else because you're not ready. Or put yourself in a position where you lose money, or where you give too much energy to a job or a business or whatever, friends, because you're not ready. So there's 2 groups here. Pick which one you resonate with. What should the masculine look out for? What does the masculine need to look out for? That's too many. What does the masculine need to look out for? We got the 10 of Cups in reverse. What does the masculine need to look out for? Again, this is for that group. Don't go into something where you're not ready because you're going to end up hurting. The 2 of Cups just came out. This is what you need to look out for. So, don't give yourself to people or situations, specifically love, that you're not ready for because you have not fully healed and you're not ready to commit yourself to somebody else without committing yourself to yourself first. Because this is how wounds are created collectively when hurt people are out here hurting people. I'm just the messenger here. For that other group of you, just be on the lookout for somebody that's coming in. It may not work out because this is in reverse. Just be on the lookout because they may not be for your highest good. Any other messages for the divine masculine? Anything else they need to know? Strength just pulled out. Beautiful. Beautiful. Strength. You have the power to change your life. Any other messages for the divine masculine? King of Swords just came out in reverse. This tells me that the King of Swords is somebody who is kind of cutthroat, can get things done, is very logical minded, but kind of harsh and cold. With it in reverse, it's telling me that you're moving out of this energy and you're moving out of this, again, moving out of the darkness where you don't want to be open to anybody. You don't want to talk about things. You don't want to express yourself. You're coming out of this energy. Any other... The High Priestess is here. That's a feminine energy of being in your intuition, following your gut instincts, realizing that you have power and using it to your benefit. We have the Five of Swords here, which is a card about fighting, but nobody wins. It's a card about like a pointless fight. So I think this is a warning My son turned the heater towards me and it's making me hot. I'm coughing. Hold on, son. Leave it alone. It's not a heater where he can burn himself. I think this is kind of like a warning to not be in this King of Swords energy of being cutthroat and harsh and non-emotional. Any other messages for the Divine Masculine? The Chariot, positive movement forward. Yes, the universe is here to move you forward. Listen and take the messages. Father of Pentacles just came out. I'd much rather be the Father of Pentacles than the Father of Swords, by the way. Father of Pentacles is somebody who's abundant financially, somebody who's abundant energetically, somebody who's loving and nurturing, somebody who protects their family. So, I think that's significant that you have the ability to grow into this person. Wait, remember we had the page here earlier of Pentacles. So this is telling me there's growth here. But you have to listen to Spirit. I was waiting for him to poke his head out. You can also go back to your toxic patterns. Some of you want to because it's easier. The moon's right here too. Some of you want to because it's easier to not deal with shit. And it's easier to do what you know. Anyway, I'm going to leave that with you guys. I hope it resonates. If it does, like the video, subscribe. If it doesn't, there's plenty other great readers on YouTube. I hope you guys do take care. Again, this energy is dark, it's heavy. But at the end of the day, you'll be better for it, for dealing with it and going through it. And if you're like me and you have kids that need you, people that need you, you'll push through and you'll make it. It's not going to be easy, but it's well worth it. So anyway, you guys take care. Bye.